Course description book, page 72 and 73. Course description book is submitted for board approval. Mr. Hounsom will comment on changes to the book.
If you look on page 72 and 3, you might see a list that's quite a bit longer than typical. And a lot of that will have to do with the transition to next year. So normally we just go through the list, but this year, since there are so many, since the changes are more extensive, I thought we would separate these into groups and kind of look at these classes in the groups that they're in. So up on the screen, just a little bit about this process. This is a ongoing process at all times throughout the entire school year, but the formal process begins for us in September. And it involves leadership from every building in the district that has credit-bearing classes toward graduation. So Dr. Pritchett, Mr. Duncan, Mrs. Fulton all lead this process within their buildings. I will say this will probably be the last year that the junior high is involved. Next year, all of our credit-bearing courses will either be at the high school or at RTI and RTC. With the transition, she and the junior high teachers played a large role this year still in looking at the book. So from September until tonight, there's a whole series of both building level and district level meetings. Dr. Pritchett, Mr. Duncan, Mrs. Fulton meet with leaders within their buildings, curriculum chairmen, chairpersons to look at the offerings within each area. We meet several times. They bring back ideas. More questions come from that group and go back out, and it's a constant revision up until the time that we print. So tonight what we'll be offering for you to look at is the new courses that we would like to offer next year. Some courses that have been revised beyond just changing the wording in the description to make it more attractive to students in the book, but kind of revising the purpose of the course, and then courses that we would like to remove from selection this year. And we'll talk a little bit how this plays into transition planning for 2017-18. At the end of this, we'll talk about kind of the timeline that will follow for scheduling kids into classes. So, jumping into our classes. All of these courses that I'm going to talk to you are listed on page 72 and 73, but I've separated them here into these groups just to give a little bit of rationale for what we're trying to accomplish. So first, in the fine arts department, one of the areas that is probably changing the most is kids coming into the art department at the high school. A lot of kids came in. We offered one class at the 9th grade level, a 9th grade art class that a lot of kids took. Coming into the high school, the whole range of electives, though, in all areas open up for the kids. So kids may not take freshman art any longer. We want to open up the electives that they may choose. They'll have a lot more choices. So what the art department is requesting is basically they blew up their class, the classes that they offer. You can see we're taking out some drawing and painting 1, drawing and painting 2. We're replacing it with just a more focused class, a semester class in drawing, a semester class in painting, semester class in advanced 2D art, which replaces some of the 2D and 3D art that we're taking out. The beginning 2D and 3D art are being revised to be semester length and have a different focus. So basically what's happening is they've tried to create a structure where they feel like we can offer electives to all kids in the high school and offer a sequence that they can get through that we can handle an entire incoming grade. Now, we're going to talk about staffing at the end of this, what we're going to find out going through this process. But we've tried to build something that we can handle the high school population, and I'll get them something that they're interested in. I tied in fine arts here, some changes in the music department. The freshman women's choir will be offered at the junior high. That's being revised from a basic chorus class that we've taken out. And then we've removed the junior high concert chorale men. There is a music class that they will take at the junior high, but that's an old course that we really weren't using much anymore. So there are several new courses, some revised courses, and then courses that we take out of the course book for next year. If anywhere along the way, if you have questions, obviously you can stop. physical education and health, and I've organized these in the order that they're in the course description book. So we're just moving through the course description book here in order. The only thing that we've done in physical education itself is we removed all of the 9th grade specific health and PE classes. At the high school, we've also removed the specific girls weight training class. We'll offer weight training. We already offered weight training. There didn't appear that the PE department didn't feel there was a need for girls specific weight training, so we removed that option from the course description. Now, obviously the 9th graders have access to PE and health. These were junior high specific classes that we will no longer list in the book. English language arts. I would start with quickly at the bottom, the AP language and composition is a new course that we would offer. It would replace the English 3 honors. It's similar in its nature. We found, and this will be a couple of different spots, that kids want the advanced placement option. We have the ability to offer it, so we would slide that in, replace the English 3 honors. The senior English is a new offering, and that's designed to meet kids' needs to get 4 credits in English. It follows the English 1, English 2, English 3, and then specifically senior English to allow kids to take that course. The college composition, the reason it is new, that is a dual credit course, and we had some requests from our universities that we work with. We needed to change the structure of, in particular, our dual credit English course. So this course is written to meet those needs so that we can continue to offer the dual credit in English. On the deleted courses side, the true stories and media and culture were classes that we were offering and they were not making, kids were not signing up for. So in the transition, we were going to take those out.
Are those new courses all semester courses?
No, those are year-long. Those are all full credit courses. The other place that we had quite a bit of change was in mathematics. Again, with the freshmen moving over, the freshmen always had kind of 3 distinct levels of math that we offered at the 9th grade level. There was a lot of debate within the math department about how many levels do we need to offer. The thought was, do we simply cut it off and say all 9th grade will at least be at a level of algebra? Well, in a lot of talking, we have kids that the needs are different than that, and the reality of needing 3 math credits before they graduate, starting all freshmen at least at the algebra level, I don't know if we're there yet. So new courses, conceptual algebra is meant to place a course kind of at the beginning level for 9th graders. So we won't offer a basic math or anything like that. It's a conceptual algebra class. AP statistics is new. If you look on the deleted courses side, the probability and statistics, we've been offering that class. We've had very little interest in kids signing up. Frankly, this is an attempt that we think the tie-in with the advanced placement program may generate more interest in kids who are interested in advanced level math for taking the statistics course. The Algebra 1B, if you remember several years ago, we put in a 2-course sequence, Algebra 1A and Algebra 1B, to meet an Algebra 1 credit. What we've done now is we've introduced the Fundamentals of Algebra class, which basically replaces Algebra 1A. Kids would then move into the regular Algebra 1 class for that 2nd year. So it's still kind of a 2-year sequence, but that 2nd year of Algebra 1, the math department felt like that was a better option to get kids through more in a preparatory and then an Algebra 1 class rather than the 2-year sequence, which was becoming a little difficult to manage just in offerings. They felt like this continued to meet the needs of kids. The honors geometry and honors algebra 2, that's simply a name change, but I wanted to bring that in front of you. In the past, it's been accelerated. We've tried to consolidate all. We have different names in English and in math, and we're trying to just consolidate those into a single name. Conceptual geometry and conceptual algebra 2 are courses that we have been teaching. We renamed them to hopefully ease some confusion. In this book, if you look at one, there are flow charts for every subject area. And some of the naming conventions, as we did the flow chart, it seemed to cause confusion, and teachers felt like kids wouldn't understand the sequence. So some of this naming is to help kind of place them along the flow chart to give kids an idea of where they're going. So new courses are listed up there, and then we would take out the 2 on the right. The rest of those are fundamental
So going back to that, would you clarify then, I mean, the conceptual algebra, the fundamentals of algebra, and algebra 1?
So the conceptual algebra would be offered to kids. That class will almost be a placement-only class. That class will be offered to kids, special education level kids that there was real concern about whether all kids would fit into the 2-year algebra sequence, that there was this very small group of kids that needed even a year beyond that. So the conceptual algebra would be the very basic beginning level that we would offer. And we would limit that. I'm not even sure that we'll list that and have open signups. That will almost be a placement type class that we put kids into. Then the fundamentals of algebra would replace algebra 1. That would function as our old algebra 1A, and then they would move into what used to be algebra 1B would be our basic algebra 1.
Those two classes together are a year?
No, it's a 2-year sequence.
So would people who complete conceptual algebra move into then fundamentals?
Fundamentals of algebra.
Okay, so they could feasibly then, starting in 9th grade, spend 3 years in algebra.
A very small group of kids.
Okay,
Yes.
but does that count as their 3 credits of math?
It would, yes.
Okay.
We had no major changes in science, so science was the next section in the book for social studies. The world history course is moving from the modern Western civilization in the right-hand column. We're going to take out, that was a semester course. We're moving to a full year of world history, moving back. We were there, tried something different, frankly liked this way better, so we're moving back to a full year of world history. The understanding sociology, applying sociology, and then also psychology of the brain and abnormal psychology. Those used to be Sociology 1, Sociology 2, Psychology 1, Psychology 2. The reason why we renamed them was frankly, you didn't have to take those in sequence. I think at one point they may have been named that way to encourage kids to take 2 years worth of those classes and stay in the sequence. But those are standalone courses, and we wanted to name them so that kids could know that they can take any of those when they're ready for them, and it doesn't have to be a 2-year sequence to get to the Sociology 2 or Psychology 2. So we renamed those to make those more standalone courses. The geography, current events, presidential administration, those were all 9th grade specific courses only offered at the junior high, and we have a lot more offerings at the high school, so we don't need those courses anymore, or the staff that used to teach them. Some are staying behind, but we have other offerings at the high school to meet those needs, and we don't need those courses.
So which one of those psychology tests would you be able to do the AP test with, the AP Psych test with? Either one of them, or?
Yes, but I don't remember which one. That's a good question. Yes,
Okay.
I don't remember which one. Actually,
There's an AP
actually,
psychology.
Charlie, there's a separate AP psychology.
It's a separate class.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. All right, business and technology. New courses, video production 1, 2, and 3 is simply a realign with video production coming out of the junior high. We taught a lot of that at the junior high. Bringing all that into the high school under one umbrella, that basically replaces a lot of the courses on the right. It's just a realignment of video production 1, film and video production 1 and 2, and advanced video production. It's just clarifying the sequence of classes that kids can move through, and hopefully clarifies what's being taught in all those classes and brings that all under a better umbrella. Computer office applications is a class that we already offered. We have I don't know if you remember, we have a new staff member teaching in our business department who's been here now for a year, has taken a look at the class and has asked to kind of beef that class up. And we'll be taking some things out on the right-hand side, the business and office technology. We'll take out to beef up the computer office applications. The graphic design and desktop publishing and the web design were also courses that were taught at RHS, and in trying to restructure the business department, those weren't classes that we're making, and we can cover it in other ways. Two that didn't fit into anything. One new course that we're adding back in, the A+ tutoring. Last year they requested that we take this out, and we did the cadet teaching. This is a non-credit bearing class, but they would simply like it back in the book so the kids know that it's an option to sign up for, because it could take an hour of their day. So at least they can sign up for it. It is not a credit bearing class. And then just a change in the agriculture class, one class that they're removing due to lack of interest, agribusiness, sales, marketing, and management. Offered it and has not made it for some time now. So that's all of the changes. I did want to put up on page 2 there, 72 and 73. We won't go through these. I just wanted to demonstrate the dual credit and AP classes that we offer at each building. I believe in the dual credit there are 23 classes listed on this page of dual credit opportunities at RHS. That includes, though, that last bullet, Project Lead the Way course sequences, both the biomed, the engineering. There are multiple courses within the Project Lead the Way that they can earn college credit on. So I think that's a pretty neat thing. Classes at RTI and RTC that offer dual credit, there are 18 courses listed there. Opportunities for kids to earn college credit while they're in high school.
You too will be given
And
college
then
degrees.
advanced placement
You'll get
courses, with the
associate
addition
degree.
of the 2 new ones that we presented tonight, the AP Language and Composition and the AP Statistics, brings us up to 15 advanced placement options within our high school. Beginning all the way down at the sophomore level through senior level, the kids can access those classes, which is really good.
Quite the money saver.
What's that?
It's quite the money saver
Yes.
on the college
So our
bill.
next steps, if you approve these changes to the course description book tonight, I will begin immediately working with Ginger to get these classes in Infinite Campus, get course numbers assigned, all the nuts and bolts, and we will print these books as soon as we can and have them ready for the buildings when we return from Christmas break or return for a second semester. They will start the process with kids. There's a little bit, we're speeded up a little bit this year. Again, trying to get some information to help us with staffing needs, looking into the transition. But they will begin with kids when we return second semester. Both the junior high and high school are hosting scheduling fairs for parents at each building in the middle of January. The parents can come in, learn about the classes. We'll have our staff there to talk them through. Obviously, kids have read 4-year plans already in the careers class and with the help of the counselors, but this will let parents go through and learn more about classes and see what all options we have. We will begin scheduling kids the last week of January, and we expect kids to make all their choices and have it in the computer by the first week of February this year. And all that's online. Kids sit down at a computer, choose their courses. From there, principals will be able to pretty quickly determine how many sections of each course have been requested, kind of start beginning to build a basic master schedule, which will help us determine if we have hit the mark that we think we have on staffing needs for next year, particularly in the non-core, the elective areas where
Yeah.
we're not sure what path kids will take and what area we will have. And so we'll need to
Who's
see
the popular teacher at the time?
PE, art, music, facts, all of those classes that are elective built that have kids have access to, we will use these numbers to determine staffing needs, and we should be able to do that by early to mid-February, so that we have some idea on how that's going.
Very good.
So I would ask tonight if you could approve the changes listed on page 72 and 73, and then we will incorporate those into the course description book that we will have online and hard copies for kids and families.
So bottom line, the high school kids still have all the choices they've ever had, and the 9th grade kids have lots more than they've ever
You
had.
have all the choices the high school kids have, yeah.
So the 9th grade kids have expanded, especially elective choices in different ways.
Which is what they were missing out on when we were busing them over there.
Right.
Yeah.
Fantastic. Any other questions? If not, I'll entertain a motion to approve the changes to the course description book.
I make that motion.
Thanks, Tony. Second?
I'll second that.
All in favor, say aye. Aye. Any opposed? Motion carries.
Mr. Hounsom.